Today you're going to see deadly honeymakers, little caterpillars that'll kill you by simply touching them, and lethal Viagra? Let's get started. Number 5. Cow killer. This creature is barely 0.75 inches long, however. Because of its name, I wouldn't even touch it with a stick. Coyote Peterson, a well-known documentary maker, had the guts to get a sting from the animal, and I think he's going to cry. It has an LD50 value of 71 milligrams per kilogram. If we keep in mind that the lab rats weigh 250 grams, with 71 milligrams you would get 4 dead rats. Also, its sting is extremely painful, and although a single sting is not that lethal to humans, if you got stung by the cow killer many times, you would become a corpse in 2 hours. So, now you know, be careful, especially if you go for a walk around tropical areas or deserts of the eastern United States. Number 4. European dark bee. Do you like honey? Well, beware. The bee family has its own dark night. The European dark bee. Even the most experienced beekeepers consider the European dark bee to be a very aggressive and hard-to-handle species. As you may have noticed, this insect was named after the dark and mostly black coloration of its body, but that's not the most intimidating thing about this animal. It has an LD50 value of 2.5 milligrams per kilogram, causing nausea, cramps, and hypotension. But being stung by this bee is like playing Russian roulette, because while in some cases it took up to 100 stings to kill a human being, in other opportunities, only 1 sting caused fatal anaphylactic shock. I doubt that you can count bees if your walk for stealing honey goes wrong, but if you suspect you're hypersensitive to its venom and you live in Europe or North America, you better get honey at the supermarket. Number 3. Monarch butterfly. It is worldwide known for its astonishing orange and black colors. This is the monarch butterfly. It lives mainly in North America, but it flies to Central America during fall. As well as it is found in Australia and other countries in Oceania, we could enjoy its beauty forever, except that they're very poisonous. According to biologist David Rivers of Loyola University, Maryland, these insects may kill humans, but how? Well, if you ever see them flying, you'd better keep your mouth closed, because if you eat them, you're in danger of having a heart attack, as their toxins interrupt heart contractions and disrupt the nervous system. But this venom doesn't belong to them, as these insects get it from their favorite dish, the milkweed that they eat since they are larvae. An extra fact, if a bird realizes that it has eaten a monarch butterfly, it knows it's in trouble, so it throws up to save its life. Number 2. Red imported fire ant. The red imported fire ant has been classified as a high risk to public health in Mexico, so this is a strong indication of its power. It has an LD50 value of 0.36 milligrams per kilogram. Although its effects are nothing more than dizziness, fever, nausea, low blood pressure, and hallucinations, 6% of people who are stung have an anaphylactic shock that can cause death. This species is native to South America, but the southern United States, Taiwan, the Philippines, China, and Australia has already an infestation of red imported fire ants. Also, these animals have been reported as stankurious doggies and the cattle, which sometimes die. A last interesting fact, while its name may imply that it has a burning and painful sting, actually it's not. Entomologist Justin Schmidt describes it as slightly alarming, so you could get this deadly sting and fairly notice it. Number 1. Giant silkworm moth. Throughout South America, especially in the Amazon rainforest of Brazil, it is crawling the deadliest caterpillar of all. It is covered in hair that will intoxicate you by simply touching it. The giant silkworm moth's venom will begin with pain and bleeding in the affected area. Then it will trigger a fever, vomit, pulmonary and intracranial hemorrhage, and kidney failure. 34% of people who don't receive early treatment die. The last case registered in the province of Misiones, Argentina, was that of 8-year-old Milton Duarte, who was playing soccer. He went to pick up the ball and rubbed his leg up against the animal, so he suffered from terrible bleeding and died 3 days later. The last hope seems to be a serum produced in Brazil, so good luck with that. After watching this video, I'm sure you'll show more respect to these little living beings. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Thanks for watching.